Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Notes and Knobs. Listen, I'm going to be talking about this doggone Fender ToneMaster Pro. It is a great day for great gear. And, man, I recently hauled this thing out. You know, I've heard the underlines. I've used the Helix and Kempers for years. Kind of waited for this thing to come out and heard the whisperings. Finally got my hands on one. Now I've gigged it. In fact, just played a big casino here this last weekend. The sound man actually asked me where I had my amp. He said, where's your amp? I was like, man, actually I just got a box full of knobs. So he couldn't believe it, man. It sounded really good. But here's the deal, for real, man. Like, in this video, I just want to walk you quickly through, man, how does this thing really sound? How does it operate? How easy is it to use? How hard is it to use? You know, is it for a beginner? Is it for an intermediate? Is it for a pro? So I'm here in the studio today. We're going to go through this. What I can tell you is you can probably fire your drummer, because I know the drummer's probably trying the best he can anyway. No, I'm totally kidding. You probably don't need to fire your drummer. But anyway, man, let's jump right into this. It is a great day for great gear. All right, cool, man. So let's get into the demo portion here. So quickly, just, man, what I'm going through. I've had this telly since '98. It's one of the original Nashville tellies. My buddy Johnny Highland signed the back. Thanks, Johnny. I didn't ask you to do that, but I love you anyway. That was 20-something years ago. But now originally, this is kind of the one that has a little switch here, like you see on like a Keith Urban guitar. But this has the Brent Mason mod, the Seymour Duncan mod. I put that on there, man, probably 10 years ago. All right, so basically, for purposes of this demonstration, don't worry about this middle knob. It's just a volume for here. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to work it like a normal telly, and that's how it's wired, just to be a humbucker in the front. Okay, so I'm going through using Studio One, but the guitar is going through a warm audio, which we have a ton of warm audio stuff in the studio here, but WA-273, but I'm telling you that just for full disclosure, but just know nothing, it's flat. So it's not adding any juice or voodoo. It's going into our Studio Live, Persona Studio Live 32 SC board, which we've got videos coming out on. We've got a bunch of solid state Logic stuff, which is unbelievable. And we're using Studio One, so running that into Studio One. So at any rate, so I just want to show you real quick, man, some clean tones. Just, and I'm not going to get into effects much for this. I really just want you to hear, you know, kind of how this thing sounds, just from an amp standpoint. Okay, so if I'm just dialing up an amp, what it sounds like. I'm gonna have a ton of stuff about effects and so forth, but let's just talk about amps. All right, so let's go with the classic here, man. Let's pull up a Deluxe reverb here. All right. Now, full disclosure, I always roll my tone back, probably about 3 numbers or so. Just my guitar's wide open. But, and I don't have a bender. Get accused of it a lot. But, I always roll that tone back a little bit, man. Learned that from Vince Gill, who said he learned it from Roy Nichols. Just kind of take some of that bite off. All right. So, let's open up this amp. So, right out of the gate, it's a Fender. Sounds good. A little trebly for me. I'm going to leave that at 4. I'm just going to show you how fast it is to kind of dial this in. Right? Remember the old rule? If you need something, or if something's too bassy, let's call it, you always take away before you add. So if you need more treble, then take away the bass first, and then see where you're at. So let's back that off. That don't sound too bad. It does have the reverb going. front pickup. Front pickup. So here's the bridge pickup. So it's got the spank. Here's the humbucker, the neck pickup. No extra for mistakes, folks. But there you go, man. That's right. So on a live rig, or a live rig. On a live rig, I'd have a bunch of pedals and stuff. Again, I'm not going to get into that. I just want to talk about the amp now. So that's pretty close. Now we can also go up here to this amp. It's really cool. So right now it's using a 57B, which is what this is. But let's go to a normal 57. So in other words, I'm a guy who gigs a lot, and I go with Old Faithful. I show up, or the sound man sticks one of these on there. That sounds pretty good, right? For you flat pick guys. Okay, sounds pretty good, man. I mean, that's close. Boom, I had some pedals on there and I'm ready to go, right? So that's how fast it is for that Fender. Let's find us a something else. Let's change this out. I mean, you think Fender, if they're going to put something out, they'd nail their own, right? Let's replace this. Let's go. I want you to hear what, like this, let's hear what one of these Voxes sounds like, right? So, full disclosure, the high gain stuff, man, really isn't my wheelhouse. Definitely going to demo and stuff, but I see a ton of guys out there that demo shred stuff. Man, that's awesome. I love the shred stuff. Just don't ever get paid to do it because I'm no good at it, right? So, let's go to this. Actually, I want the other one. Let's go to this this Vox amp. That's what that reminded me of. So you notice this amp level's 18%. I'm gonna bump this amp level up. We'll see if I can clean this sucker up. I'm just going for a clean sound here. And that's all I had to do, man. Basically, I just bumped the amp level up so I could pull this down. It's like those old twins, those master volumes. Still cut off some of that high. All right, I'm gonna go over here. Same thing, man. It's like, okay, that's cool, but you know, they always stick this or a Sennheiser on there, which I definitely do not say that to be mean. I mean, Jorgensen did pretty good on one of these. All right. I can crank that guitar up. All right, and still get that sound. But man, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to show you real fast. I'm going to put a delay here and show you how sweet one of the big things, man, on amps for me is how it grabs, especially delay for the kind of music that I play most of the time, either in recording or on the road. It's how it grabs those delays, man. Like, especially difference in a 12-inch speaker and a 10-inch speaker, the type of speaker. Man, it makes a huge difference, right? And there's so much stuff. As you can see, we're not getting into in this video, but gosh, there's so much cool stuff. Let's open up this studio delay. I'm just randomly picking one. All right, so I'm going to take this, what I know to be, I'm sorry, the time I already know I want it to be 365 just from experience. And see, like right there, I couldn't really get it. So that's the cool thing about this feature here. Boom, boom. Right? All right, so I know from experience I want my mix a little down, but I want way more feedback. Right? It just grabs them good. And it is grabbing it, still holding. Again, I could tweak this a lot, so don't get me wrong. This could be, and I just randomly grabbed a delay. It didn't perfect. It's a little bright still, but that may sound like a lot, but how many times you've been on a gig, and I learned this too, how many times you've been out on a gig and you spent all this time setting up your delay or setting up your reverb or your effect, and you're like, oh man, like, here, oh, that's just too much, it's too wet. And then you show up to the gig and the band kicks off and you're like, where the frick did my delay go, man? Like, what happened? Somebody took it. Learned a long time ago from a great player here named Thomas Dick is his name. And guy's just a phenomenal guitar player. And you always want to add, it's always going to sound like way too much at home, right? Or in your headphones. It's always going to sound like way too much. But the band will make it go away really fast. Okay? Especially if you're using live monitors, live rig. Now, if you're all in ear and stuff like that, it could be a little different. What you have to get used to is how is it going to sound here, but is it getting lost out there, right? And I don't want to be dependent on a sound man to do that, right? But the point here is because you can get some. It's grabbing those delays like an amp would. It was the point. All right, that Vox. So cool. All right, let's pull this off. Let's find something with a little high gain. So let's replace this, man. Let's. I lean toward more something like a plexi, right? And that's on the humbucker. Sounds pretty good. All right, so again, I want to be able to get more out of my amp. So I'm going to get my amp level here. The other cool thing is, man, is if you listen close, and I'm not filtering this or anything, hear how I can really crank it before you start. I don't know if you can hear it on the feedback or the on your end, but I'm just now getting some amp noise. Which I like. It's awesome. I personally like the amp noise, but let's dial that bass back. The cool thing is, man, they already have it in these presets. They pretty well know The bass has got to be turned down and all that, but let's turn this volume down a little bit. These are already jumped, obviously. That's cool. Remember, I'm just going for a bass amp sound here, or a bassline amp sound. Sorry, I cannot play with the flat pick save my life. Yeah, sounds really good, man. I mean, boom, that's a plexi, man. We could switch these out. Let's replace it. See what one of these orange things sounds like. The tangerine. Cool, I like it. Again, I'm going to crank up this. I already hear a little amp noise, which is cool. Rock and roll. Let's turn the gain down. All right, so, and you notice on the other one, I didn't mess with the mics. All right, so instead of messing here, it's little bassy for me. So let's see if we can fix that. Let's just do this, man. Let's just move. All I did was move. It's got a 57 on it. It was here. Just give you an idea of the difference. And that's without touching the EQ knob. Right? Depending on what you're going after. That's not really the sound there. Right? So I kind of like what they had here. Right? But let's add a mic. In other words, I'm just EQing this thing with microphones. That's all that's going on here. I did not mean to do that. Let's give it a 57 there, and let's use the. Let's go here. Stick it back. What I like about that, man, it's not a perfect sound, but you know, back in the day when they were the thing I miss about on all those records and stuff, man, when they were micing those amps. There were room mics and or just kind of one or two mics in the room. In other words, you were getting that big sound from those amps. You weren't getting that direct, just right there sound. And that's one of the things about these modelers that you have to get used to. Is a lot of people aren't used to hearing. They're used to hearing their amp. They're not used to hearing what one sounds like after it's mic'd and after it's all that's been done. And kind of the final product. That's not what they hear all night. Well, that's what you have to get used to with these modelers. That's what it is. This is the finished product, right? Now your sound man can still screw it up, but the point is, it's the finished product, and you got to get used to hearing that. So check this out. So now I've got it set up where I can add this low end. From this dynamic mic. Dummy. Back and forth with this 57. So what I'm doing here with this blend is I'm just giving it, this is all 57. Right? This is all the dynamic. It's giving me that room sound, man, which I dig. If I go watch when I blend these. Oh. That's cool, man. Listen to that feedback. So the point is, you can quickly find the sweet spots to these, right? And again, tone is relative to the song you're playing. All I'm trying to show you is how you can get the sounds and how you can manipulate really easy without having to like put EQs and boosts and all this kind of stuff. Now, can you do that on here? Absolutely, and I do it as well. The point is you can really manipulate this just with microphones. That's awesome. So this tone may sound horrendous to you. Right? All by itself, it may to me as well, but in the right song or in the right context, you know, it may sound perfect. So again, what I'm trying to show you is how clean, how reactive, how just natural as can be those sound, right? And I've played through several orange amps. All right, let's do one more. So cool, man. And again, let's just for kicks and giggles, let's add this delay. And again, sitting here on a video, it probably sounds awful. Could probably take that, take a little low end out of it, set it with a band, it'd be lost. But it would make the guitar sound big. So keep that in mind. All right. Let's do, I know you guys are probably going, stop there, stop there. Let's go to this. All right, this rec, double rec. Again, I'm going to crank this amp volume. Yeah, love that sound. That sounds good. That's what everybody does, that nice pentatonic run on their videos. All right, cool. This one sounds pretty good. Let's drop the bass out a little bit though. Again, man, I'm not going to mess with the mics. Yeah, dude, that's it. I mean, pretty awesome, man. I love these amps. Love how fast, love what you can get out of them. Let's try maybe a couple more, just to give you an idea here. Yeah, man, this model, these old Mesas. Kevin, that's downstairs here. You'll meet Kevin. He's Grammy-nominated fiddle player. Played with a bunch of groups, Shenandoah, Tracy Lawrence, Gaither Vocal Band for about 10 years, all over the Opry. Anyway, he's downstairs teaching right now. He's also an excellent guitar player, and Mesa is his stuff. I've actually got a pretty funny story about one of the times played the Grand Ole Opry, and they wouldn't let him bring it in because, you know, they've got a Fender exclusive deal. So he was pretty mad. But, you know, it's got the classic Mesa EQ. I'm going to tell you what, I didn't touch it. All I did was turn the amp level up. Maybe a little trebly. You know, I'm not going to bombard it right now or go through a bunch of it right now. But you get the idea. It reacts. I mean, I have this amp downstairs, this exact one. Man, it's just awesome that you can plug and play and that they sound great. You know, if we really want that thing to hum, we can crank. You know, different configurations of it. Just a killer sounding amp. And again, I could still mess with the cabinet and all that, and I've showed, you know, the big deal with what it can do on the EQs. Pretty stinking awesome, man. Just a great day for great gear, man. What I need is a suck knob, you know, is to be able to turn the suck knob down and turn a talent knob up. But, you know, that's a thought for another day. But anyway, man, I think you get the idea. Just all these amps, man. This basement just right. They just sound great. Let's turn this amp level up. Yeah. Point is, man, when I gigged with it, man, it was great. It was perfect. So I've gigged with it. I really, really like it. I really, really like it. All right. Cool, man. Yeah, man. So there you go. Other than my playing, obviously, which you'll have to discount, man, I'm telling you, I've gigged a big casino. I've gigged a big festival up in Indiana with it on guitar. Like I said, I've got the big thing coming up with Mando. And there's a lot more to come where I'm going to really dive in, putting together, your board, adding the compressors and delays and boosts and all this kind of stuff. I just wanted something showing, man, how fast you can just pull up an amp, a Fender amp, a Vox amp, a high gain amp, and how good it sounds, And I'm telling you, it's fast, it's easy. They do a great job. Is it perfect? No. I mean, it's like a drummer, just you got to every now and then just scratch your head and be like, geez, what the frick is your problem, dude? But as we say down here, bless his heart. But man, they at least hit the wall. I don't know if they hit a home run, but they at least hit the wall. Fender did. So kudos to them. A lot more on it to come. Also going to do a shootout with some, I've got this Kemper player. I've got all this stuff. All right, to do shootouts. So I'll let you hear what it's going to sound like up against that stuff. But as a gigging musician, I just need to pull it out, pull up an amp, pull up a couple pedals. Even if I just opened up the box, man, it's fast, easy, and it's going to sound good. So that's the cool thing. Man, we got a load of heavy hitting stuff coming up. Even with this thing alone, I'm going to put it in the Fender FR12 cabinet, show you the different stuff with it, run it through its cycle, the mission pedal that I've got with it. I'm going to show you the full board configuration that I've got, that I use, what it sounds like through a bass and acoustic. Man, I'm telling you, it sounds really good, even with vocals. So anyway, lots of cool stuff coming out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. We really appreciate it. We got a lot more coming for you. If you're interested in one, click my Sweetwater link below. Now, I paid for this myself. They did not send it to me. They did send me a nice jar of candy, though. That was nice of them. But every little bit helps. I've got 6 kids, and they all smoke cigarettes. So if you could purchase that, that'd be great. I'm kidding. Only 4 of them smoke. But anyway, thanks so much. Man, I hope you have a great gig wherever you're headed. And it's always a great day for great gear.